Good morning, students. I hope you all are safe and good. For grade 5, today we are going to discuss the 7th chapter in EVS about the experiment with water. Right, children? On that who are all there? Aisha is a girl. She is doing the experiment with the water and she is explaining us what are all the things will float in water and what are all the things will sink. Aisha was waiting for the dinner. Her mother was preparing puri and spicy potatoes. She saw the process of making puri. Her mother was cooking puri, so she was standing and she was seeing her mother how she was making the puri in hot oil. She was excited on seeing how the puri is puffed, how it came puffed up. While putting inside the oil, it gets sinked. After some time, it get puffed and it was floating in the oil. So then she tried the same process. She took some small dough in her hand and she made the small ball and she tried the same process of making puri in a water. In water, the puri, it doesn't puff up and it doesn't float in the water. Then what happened? See, this is the process. Her mother, on first, the puri dough was get sink inside the hot oil. Then it get puffed and it come up and it was floating in the oil. Then she was thinking, what are all the things will float in the water and what are all the things get sink in the water. And on the evening, Aisha, she went to a bath. She dropped the soap where she was. After bathing, she dropped the soap in the water again. Her mother she saw and she shouted on Aisha, "Come here, take the soap and put on the soap case," like that. In a hurry, Aisha she came. She dropped the soap case in the water also. She saw that the soap case was floating in the water. She was wondered. Then she gently placed the soap on the soap case. She saw that case contained the soap was continued to float. The case that floating in the water which contained the soap, she gently placed the soap on that soap case, then continued to float. She was thinking how it happens. Let's see here. She was wondering how the soap is floating. Before that, the soap was get sinked inside the water. With the help of soap case, how it floats. Right, children? Here the poem, how it floats. Why, oh why? A wooden boat in water will float. Right, children? A wooden boat in water will float, but a needle will sink. Why does this happen? Let me think. An iron ship will also float. The big ships are made up of iron. It is also float in the water. Though it is much heavier by a boat than the boat, ship is so heavier, even though it is float. But a needle, it is light as leaf, thin as pin, will sink right in. Why the needle gets sink in the water? Why does this happen? Let me think. Because due to the density. If the density of water is heavy or an object, it gets sink. If the density of the water is heavy, the object will float. This is the difference. What is the difference? If the density of water is heavy, the object will float. If the density of object is heavy, it will get sink. This is the process. About this and more experiment we will see in the next class, children. Thank you and have a great day.